Greetings. You have your ticket? You don't have one? Oh, no problem, my friend. Just hit the subscription button below. Come on in. Hello, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys, I just want to take a quick moment and congratulate the Toronto Raptors, for their NBA World Championship victory on last night. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Toronto Raptors, okay? That's not even my favorite basketball team. But there is a player on that team that I would like to give kudos to this morning, and that is Kawhi Leonard. And here's why. Kawhi Leonard showed himself to be what I consider a man. Now, this video is for men. So, ladies, if you want to listen in from this point forward, feel free to. But this video is for men, okay? And if I was to even narrow it down, I would even say for men of color, copper color, Aboriginal, Hebrew Israelite men, okay? But men in general, if you want to listen in, feel free to listen in. Now let's go back to why I said that Kawhi Leonard is a man. Well, if you remember about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, he was under heavy scrutiny because Kawhi Leonard decided that he was going to let his body tell him what it could or could not do, and not the San Antonio Spurs, the coaches, and his teammates dictate to him what he should do, like a man should. He had injured himself early in that year. He went to the team physician. The team physician said, go play. He decided to get a second opinion. They told him, no, you're not ready to play. He listened. He got scrutinized. He got criticized from every organization that covers sports, from Fox News to Undisputed to, ESPN and all the rest of the alphabet sport news programs. Everybody had something negative to say to try to intimidate him to go back and play. Even to the point to get his teammates to criticize him about not willing to put his body, his livelihood on the line, for the greater good of the team. He listened to himself. He went with his own gut, and as a man should do, he made his own decision. Now, with the exception of one player on that team that I'm aware of, Danny Green, he was the only person that was on that Spurs team that told Kawhi Leonard, hey, look, man, do what you got to do. I support you. And what San Antonio decided to do was to trade the man and trade him to as far north as they could get him, traded him out of the country. How about that? Traded him out of the country. You know what I'm saying? That was their treatment to the man. Traded him out of the country. How about that? And so not only so he gets traded out of the country, and he goes to a team that was a good team, but a team that typically lost. And to make matters even worse, they took and sent Danny Green packing with him. So they say, if you're going to support this independent, free-thinking man, then we're going to get rid of your ass too. So Danny Green goes with him. And guess what? Danny Green is a champion today, and Kawhi Leonard is a champion today. But my story is broader than that. My story is bigger than that, okay? My story is deeper than that, what I want to share with you this morning. Because I will tell you that, you look at the Golden State Warriors. Two players, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. Both of those individuals had injuries in the playoffs this year. Both of those individuals decided to ignore their injuries and come back to play. Both of those players are in contract, or they were free agents at the end of their contracts this year. So next year they were in position to get multi-million-dollar contracts. And now both of them are going to, they both got re-injured for going back out, listening to the organization, listening to the team doctors, listening to their teammates in the mass media and popular opinion. That's why you shouldn't give a damn about what other people think about you. Focus on what you should do and what you know is the right thing to do. But I'm going to back that up in a minute. You know I am, right? But they took and listened to peer pressure. And what happened? Kevin Durant gets an 8-torn ACL. And the same thing happens to Klay Thompson last night. Now, both of these guys next year are going to be looked at as damaged goods for listening to the crowd, to what everybody else thought they should do. Kawhi Leonard, on the other hand, is going to be looked at as a champion for doing what he knew and what he believed was right for him to do, like men should do. unfortunately, most men don't do. Because I'll tell you from my own experience, my own relationships, most men, now this brother, you got to put your big pants on. I'm about to call you out. Most men I know are cowards. And let me say it right. Most men that have had the opportunity to know are cowards. Except for an elect few that I know. You know what I'm saying? And I would include the select few as the men of Gideon's flight and some of my very close personal friends and brothers. They're men, and they're proven themselves to be men because they have shown themselves to be men. But most other men I've known, especially in corporate America, probably shouldn't have said that. Okay, corporate America, quote, quotes, I ain't really talking about everybody in corporate America, are cowards. And men I know just coming and passing, associate, men I have had different types of interaction with cowards. You know, they won't speak their mind about anything. If they think that, abortions are wrong, they ain't going to say it. Wow, I don't want to get in trouble. If they think homosexuality is wrong, they're not going to say anything. I ain't going to get in trouble. If they think this women's, lib movement is wrong, they're not going to say anything. I don't want to get in trouble. In other words, they're like castrated, emasculated, effeminate cowards. Most of them. You follow me? But they'll look at an outlier. You follow me? An anomaly like a Kawhi Leonard and say, well, what's his problem? Why isn't he getting along to go along? Why is he going along to get along? And so what they'll do, they'll try to make mockery out of those kind of men. Independent, free-thinking men. Men. Because that's what a man is intended to do. Provider, protector. Independent thinker. Surveying the landscape and understanding what is it I am expected to do based off of what I have the abilities to do. And not succumbing to peer pressure. Bullshit. Because that's what you saw happen with Klay Thompson. That's what you've seen happen to Kevin Durant. Yet, look at the consequences. Look at the price they have paid. And I'll say this to most men. What price are you willing to pay to sacrifice your manhood? Because from what I can see in today's society, most of you guys not only are willing to pay that price, you guys have invested in it. I mean, you won't take a stand for any damn thing. Nothing. Some of you guys let your you're in the relationship that you're in, you let your women grab you by your damn nose and drag you around. You know, you won't speak up, you won't stand up, you won't say no, you won't shut the door, you won't open the door. Hell, you won't even take a shit or piss without asking for permission from somebody. And yet you call yourself a man. Or you let the peer pressure. Well, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to ostracize. I don't want people to think I'm narrow-minded. What if Kawhi Leonard had thought like that? Just using him as an example. Maybe he would have re-injured himself. And yeah, he would have been a local broken down hero down in San Antonio with a bunch of people whispering in the background, what we going to do with him? Because, we can't just keep him on the roster. And then he would become a disgruntled ex-NBA player because he listened to all these people who want to tell him what he should do and tell him about his body. And again, let me open this up even broader. How many men are incarcerated today? You. How many guys you know, friends you know, brothers you know, who are incarcerated today because of gang affiliation? Peer pressure. Listening to the dumbass music that tells you that you can rob, kill, steal without any consequences. How many men you know that are in the cemetery today? Because, I can do these drugs, I can do this, I can wheel and deal these drugs, I can be a gangbang, I can hang out on these corners, I can hustle, hustle and flow, or whatever the hell you call yourself doing, and now they're in the ground. Because of peer pressure, because of somebody telling them what they should be doing versus them taking a stand and saying, no, this is what I'm going to do based off of what I believe is in my best interest, and not worrying about who's going to criticize them. Because that's how a man thinks, guys. A man can't get caught up in no bullshit about what somebody gonna say. Hell, if they don't like it, you know what? Woo. Let me say it the best way I can say it. If they don't like it, just let the door hit them in the ass when they go out. That's what you tell anybody, male or female, I might add. You don't let anybody dictate to you to do something that you know that's not in your best interest. Under zero circumstances. Because if you do, you will pay a price for that. And I'm going to tell you something. I've seen time and time and time again that people who listen to others taken poor advice, allowed peer pressure to affect good judgment, and found themselves on the outside, depressed, stressed, bitter, angry for listening to others. And even worse, they look back in those same individuals who love them so much to tell them what to do are long gone, or they in the other group over there criticizing him. Oh yeah, they'll do it. The same one that'll tell you, no, do this, honey, do that, honey. If shit goes wrong, will dump your ass in a heartbeat. Act like you never, all other great things you've done, she'll forget that shit, and all she gonna focus on the one time you disappointed her, the one time you let her down. And everything that comes out of her damn mouth will be about that, not about all your other good investments. So you can't serve others, you have to serve yourself. Now, does that mean you don't care about others? Did you ever hear me say not care? I never said that, and I will never tell you that. But caring and serving yourself is two different things altogether. Even a good book tells you, the scripture, the Holy Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. And that's what it says, don't even begin to start loving your neighbor until you love yourself. Self always should be first. As Kawhi Leonard showed, as Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant did not show. And look at the price those two men are going to pay versus the price that Kawhi Leonard is going, well, not the price he's going to pay, the rewards he's going to be given for being a free thinker and doing what he knew was the right thing to do, like you should be doing at all times. And kudos, again, to Danny Green. Because Danny Green could have, he could have followed the path of the rest of them. He could have just jumped on the bandwagon and said, I'm going to jump on the pile. Everybody else is kicking on his ass. I'm going to jump in too. But Danny Green is another man. He said, no, this man is taking a stand, and I'm going to stand with that man because I would do the same thing if I was in his shoes. So I'm not going to be a coward now and run when the crowd comes. I'm not going to be Peter. I never knew the man. I'm not going to be him. No, I'm going to be the guy who stands right there with him in the fire. Because Because I know the stand that he's taking is a just stand, and it's a right stand, and it's really the only stand. Well, there's a scripture that said, take heed while you stand, lest you fall. You know what it means by taking heed? In other words, you're supposed to get yourself entrenched in whatever position you're going to have. And you shouldn't let anybody easily influence you to move off that position. I don't care what the price you have to pay. It's not about the price you have to pay. It's about the stand you have to take. A man is a beacon. You're supposed to be the light of the world. That's your role as a man. Not to be some little dark corner secret, afraid of the boogeyman. Afraid of what somebody's going to say. Afraid that you're going to be castigated. I'm sorry. You ought to be afraid of being castrated. Castigated. Afraid that, no one is going to want to be with you. So what? You'll be just fine. But I'm going to tell you something. A man never has to worry about being alone any damn way. He does not have to be worried about being alone. Because the Most High will always look out for the man. Because the man was made in his image and in his likeness. And he would never let a man down. But a coward, someone effeminate, someone who can let peer pressure determine what's right and wrong, that's going to let peer pressure, distort their judgment. Let him find that he'll find that he has no place. There is no hope for him in hoping that the Lord will lead and guide his footsteps. It's just not going to happen. So what's my message here to you? It's to stand up, take a stand, to support other men who are taking a stand. And don't worry about what somebody's got to say. You follow me? If they don't like it, then guess what? So look, that way. That way. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't be surprised they turn around and come right back. Because even a damn fool know who butters his bread or her bread. All right? And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, okay? And I'm going to try to get this in if I can. All right? Here you go. Let's try it. If it's meant to be, I'll get it in. Let's see how I look on time. Yes. Matthew 7:13. Enter you the straight gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the path that leadeth to destruction, and many be which go that way. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the path of the way that leadeth unto life, few there be that find it. How about that? Even a good book tell you, go it alone if you have to. If you don't, expect the worst. Bye now.